Hi, hello. Yes, it has been about 2 years since my last YouTube video. Don't go back and watch them, they're awful. Well, you can go back and watch them if you learn something. So yeah, I'm trying it again, and this time we're going to be doing curriculum picks. I think I'm gonna break this up into 2 parts. Today we'll talk about what we're doing for what they call morning basket, although it's not always a basket, it's just the subjects what we do together as a group. And then in the next video I'll talk about the individual grade-specific curriculum that we've chosen for this year. Okay, so we start every morning with Bible time. This is how it's always been. We always start by reading either just straight from the Bible. Well, we read straight from the Bible every time, but we either use a devotional or just take it straight from the text, and I use a MacArthur Study Bible. The notes at the bottom are very handy to have for discussion. But this year we're going to start the year with my Noahic Covenant study that I just came out with. I am super excited about this study. I have been on the hunt for something to do with Noah's Ark for quite a while that wasn't cutesy. No giraffes sticking out of tiny little arcs. I created this study with that in mind. I drew everything. All the illustrations are my work. So I'm very proud of it. I did find some books to complement it. I wrote a blog post and I linked the books that I recommended there. So we're starting with my study, and then as a spine, or as a complement anyways, we're going to use Creation to Babel. This book isn't specifically about Noah's Ark, but it has a pretty good chunk of it that is specific to Noah's Ark, so I think it's going to be really a very cool study, very theologically sound. So we're going to read through those chapters, and then after that, who knows? I kind of take Bible time as it comes, whatever God puts on my heart to read from next. I might find a random book, or I just might continue on through Genesis. So I'm excited to focus on Noah's Ark. After Bible time, we always do catechism. Catechism is not specific to Catholicism. A lot of people ask me that when I bring up catechism. It is not a Catholic thing specifically. Catechism is basically just questions and answers. I want my kids to have a strong theological foundation. This helps us do that. We've been doing this since the very beginning of our homeschool journey, and I'm moving through it so slowly that that's our bookmark right there. We have memorized all of these questions. My kids can say them no problem. And then every once in a while I'll add a new question. And then every day we go back and review, and I just kind of pick random questions to ask them, and then we memorize them together. So for example, question 2, what is God? God is the creator and sustainer of everyone and everything. This book specifically has these highlighted areas. That's the portion that they recommend memorizing for smaller children, and that's kind of what we've been doing. Once we have the whole book memorized, though, we're going to go back and memorize the long answers. So that is a constant in our homeschool. Okay, so after Bible time is our beauty loop, and I just kind of mix all the things beautiful in the world together. Let's see, this is one that we have been enjoying since probably the beginning of homeschool as well. The Sing a Song of Seasons. It's a daily poem. So on days where I kind of need to save a little bit of time, I'll pick the daily poem, and that will be our beauty lesson for the day. On days where I can spend a little bit more time on it, maybe we got started on time or close to it, I can work through this. And these have been so much fun. I love these. We've done, I think, 4 artists. This year we're starting with Michelangelo, and these are from Simply Charlotte Mason, and they come with a book guide and full color prints of the work. So we've done Van Gogh, we've done Monet, we've done several, but I'm really excited to start with Michelangelo this year. You just pretty much read, they have a short biography in here, and then you work through each print, each work of art, and it gives you suggested discussion topics, and you get to talk about what the kids observe first and what they like about it. And in the past, we've even tried to reproduce some of the artwork, which was really fun, and kind of made some keepsakes. So this is probably my favorite part of our beauty loop. I really enjoy this. Also this year, I would really like to finally add in some Shakespeare. We've done it here and there over the years, and every year I say it's gonna be the year, but this year, this is definitely in the loop. So by a loop schedule, I mean we rotate through these items. So one day we might do the poetry book, one day we'll do the artist study, and then one day we'll do this. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this will be on Wednesday. We're gonna start here, and I'm gonna try and keep it as simple as I can. I have so many books on Shakespeare because this is something I've always wanted to add, and I think this one will probably be the most appropriate to start with for my children's age, so I'm excited about this one. Next, for morning time, I want to add in a little bit of geography work this year. In the past, I've kind of added this on to our history lessons. For instance, if we were talking about a certain battle or a certain event in history, we would look up the location of where it happened, kind of like that. It was kind of a secondary thing. This year, I'd like to get a little bit more intentional about it. And the book that I've chosen to work through, we've had for quite a while. It's called Window on the World, and it goes through a lot of countries, not every country in the world, but quite a few. And it talks about their culture and population, resources that they supply to the world, all kinds of things are in here. So it also is a Christian book, so it does talk about how we can pray for them, what kind of religions are in that part of the world. So this one is going to be fun. I think I'm going to try and do a country a week or every 2 weeks maybe. I'm going to keep it as simple as I can. My youngest is just barely 8 years old, and my oldest is going to 6th grade. So I'm covering a bit of a range in ages. So I want to keep it simple, but also fun. And we'll still add in some geography practice with our history, but this year we're doing California history. So this first, and now for history this year, we're using Beautiful Feet Books, California history. I wanted a history that was literature based. We've gotten used to our history being a read aloud for us. So like last year we read through volumes 1 and 2 of the Tuttle Twins. The curriculum came with printable worksheets and stuff, but I didn't really want to go that far with it. It's not something that we've been used to in the past. I wanted it to just be a read aloud and then we discuss. So I wanted it the same thing this year. I just wanted to read it out loud, no workbooks, nothing like that. And so I chose Beautiful Feet Books because it uses picture books and chapter books as its spine. And then you use this guide to work your way through. It has discussion questions, things like that. There were a few books that I wasn't interested in that are suggested in here. I just kind of opted out. I made the curriculum kind of work for us. And I'm a little kind of half-hearted about this one this year. I'm not super excited about it, but I'm kind of hoping it proves me wrong. The number of California specific histories out there is sorely lacking, and I'm not really sure why. And if you guys know of one that is awesome and you love it and it's literature based, no textbooks, things like that, please let me know, because I don't know if this one will stick. As far as the picture books that they recommend getting to go with Beautiful Feet Books, I did not purchase through their website. I think it would have been something like $250 for the guide plus all of the picture books and chapter books that they recommend. I ended up going through them and decided to go look on thrift books, and I ended up spending maybe $100 on the picture books and chapter books to go with them. At the end of this video, I'm going to go through what I paid for each of these things. I maybe should have said that at the beginning. We're not going to talk about how unorganized this is. I'm gonna go through each thing that I've talked about so far, and I'm gonna talk about how much I spent. And I'm gonna do the same thing when I talk about individual lessons after this in the next video as well. So after history, we like to grab snacks and sit down and watch the news. We have been enjoying World Watch News for almost a year now. It's a Christian news source. The videos are 10 minutes long, and my kids absolutely love it. It has brought up so many good conversations. They even wanted to watch it during our summer break, so that's a must. After that, it's going to either be science, which we're gonna watch together as well, or I might do a read aloud. Science, I'm using Journey Homeschool Academy, and we're doing Earth Science this year. It's all online, although it does have stuff that you can print out, activities and work pages and things, and I do that sometimes. The videos are fun. They're a little bit cheesy, but kind of in a good way. And my kids enjoyed it last year, and it's something that we can also do as a group. So science, and then whatever read aloud we're working through. I think we ended the last year with the second Penderwick's book in the series, so we will probably continue that. It depends on what we have time for though, because this year Beautiful Feet Books includes chapter books. So I don't know what my voice can handle by the end of this. All of this usually takes us about an hour to hour and a half. So depending on if my voice holds up, we'll do a read aloud at the end as well. So that's all of our group subjects. We do, looking at my notes, we do Bible and Catechism, our beauty loop, which includes poetry, artist study, and hopefully Shakespeare this year if I can stick with it. And then geography, which I'm going to be more intentional about, then history, news, and our read aloud and science. Science, I think I'll only do one time a week though, probably Fridays. So that's our morning basket. Now let's talk about what each of these things cost.
The cost of our group subject resources, starting with New City Catechism. The book runs $10 if you buy just the book, not the curriculum. After that, we do my Noahic Covenant study. That's currently on sale for $7.50. Then Creation to Babel by Ken Ham ran $20 on Amazon. Simply Charlotte Mason Artist Studies run $21.95 each. Beautiful Stories from Shakespeare for Children was $10. Sing a Song of Seasons for Poetry was $25. Window on the World for Geography was $15. Beautiful Feet Books, California History, the whole study is $250, but the guide is just $25. Journey Homeschool Academy Physical Science was $119.20. And World Watch News is $6.99 a month.
So that's everything we're using for Morning Basket group subjects this year. Up next is all of our grade-specific subjects. Thanks for watching.